Ultimate Team Review. I thought we'd go through the reasons why some of you won't be getting a review. First up is Clicks. Very solid team, could go high on the leaderboard, but it's being let down by Udogie at left back. Not terrible, but just not good enough really. And up front, Alawairan. Good winger, but mediocre striker. Next up is Cobb. He says he's got Havertz at right back because he's got 99 pace and 99 defence, but he's not a right back, so he's not going to be on full chem. So I don't know how I'd go about rating him, to be honest. It's a shame because it's a good team. Next up is decent part name. The picture's not clear enough. I need screenshots because when you zoom in, it just gets very fuzzy. Next up is Disastrous Cupcake. This isn't a bad team at all, and I think he can get onto the leaderboard and get a review. But I think to do it, the best way would be to take Nico Williams out and then go for like a 4-3-2-1 with Kaka up front as one of the three strikers, and then just find a different centre mid. Because Kaka's a good striker, but he's a bit of a crummy winger. Nico Williams isn't a bad winger, but Kaka's a better striker than Nico Williams is a winger, if you know what I mean. Apart from that, it's a very good team. Next up is Gullible Song. I think the problem here is the front four, because he's got Kaka and Alvarez, and both of them are very good players, but they're more strikers than they are wingers. So basically, his best two strikers, he's playing out of position. I think it would make more sense to get rid of one of the front fours, like maybe Dybala, play three at the front in like a 4-3-2-1 so you get three strikers, and then just get a different centre mid in there. I mean, it's the meta formation anyway, so. Next up is Harley. Once again, it's a picture, not a screenshot. When you zoom in, you get fuzzy lines. It's not as detailed. Next up is Our Membership. I don't rate the ones with all the crap over the front of the cards, you know, all the France, Italy, centre-back, it looks awful. If I'm going to spend all that time sort of recording and editing, I want them to at least look nice when it's done. It's a bit of a waste if you can't really see the players because they're covered in crap. Next up is Lemonade. The way I think he could get onto the leaderboard is probably getting Pele out of cam, because he's a great striker, but he's not really a cam. What would get him a higher score is just moving him into the striker, go 4-2-4. I'd also recommend getting different wingers. I don't mind Ribery too much, but I'm not a big fan of Best. Another thing he could do is, if he has another centre mid that's pretty good, move Rolfo into left back, because that's her best position. So that's the position where she's going to get the most amount of points. Plus, Roberto Carlos isn't the highest scorer, really. He's not bad, but Rolfo's a big upgrade. Next up is Lewandowski. The problem areas for me here, I'd probably say, is Dybala and Oberdorf. Dybala is the easiest to fix, because he's not a bad striker, to be honest with you. If he moved to like a 4-3-2-1, it'd be okay. But I think what will get him the most points is keeping this formation, but just moving Dybala out and put Olmo in. Because Olmo's maybe the best cam in the game. The other problem, obviously, Oberdorf, more tricky to deal with because I haven't seen any of his centre-backs. Oberdorf isn't a bad CDM, but she's not a very good centre-back. With those things done, he's got a really tasty team. Next up is Luke. He's got the crap on the cards, which I don't like. I'm not going to review a team with them on. Also, I don't know what's going on with the layout. Is this something to do with PC? Is this FUT or something? Either way, I'm not going to review it like this. Next up is Marmoush. He's got very decent forwards. He's got a spectacular midfield, one of the best I've seen, but the defence is letting him down. The biggest problem is Petit left back. He's mediocre in midfield, awful at left back. Coman and Desai aren't the best centre backs in the game, but they can be survivable. Johnston's okay. Doesn't blow me away though. In all honesty, I just get an entirely new back four. Next up is Original Director. The problem for me here is Kaká and Ronaldinho. Kaká's a great striker, but he's a mediocre winger. And Ronaldinho is a great winger, but he's a mediocre cam. Luckily, this has a really simple fix. Just swap to 4-2-4, put Ronaldinho on the wing, put Kaká and cam, job done. Another thing I'd recommend doing, he's got De Ligt on the bench. I'd probably moving him in for Rudiger maybe. I think that'll be much better off. Next up is Outrageous Film. He's put, please rate the 5th try. Well, I've commented on multiple posts saying the same thing. I'm not going to rate the team with Mbappe in centre mid. He's posted it multiple times with Mbappe in centre mid. Just move him out. Next up is Sane Turnip. Same thing again, crap all over the cards. I'm not going to rate it. He's also got Saka in centre mid. No. What I will do though, if he posts it as a 4-2-4 with Alvarez right wing, Saka left wing, and then puts another picture with them in the in-game formation, I will rate it that way. I don't know how highly Saka will score as a centre mid, but I will do it. But I've got to have both. Next up is Soft Videos. It's not a screenshot, it's taken with a camera, I can't use it. Also, it's sideways. Next up, Suitable Soup. Once again, it's not a screenshot, it's taken with a camera. When you zoom in, it gets blurry. Also, it's sideways. Next up is Tool. The first picture was covering the defence, and in the second picture we see why. Maguire and Cannavaro. Cannavaro's survivable, but Maguire's not. Something else that could get my higher score, I think Puskas probably isn't going to score as high as Olmo, so it might be swapping to a 4-3-3 with Olmo as the cam. Get rid of Puskas. Another thing worth mentioning is look how much depth he has at left back. Capdevila, maybe my favourite left back, but also he's got on the bench Bompasta and Cole. It's like the one position that he's stacked. If you want your team reviewed, find a link to the Reddit page in the bio.